not too cold, 10 degrees, we're good to go. Right, get to the front. It's my turn to take the lead, go through this puddle. Hi guys, welcome to DMT, Dazzle on Motorcycle Trips. Welcome to this short video about BikeSafe, a BikeSafe initiative between a partnership between Devitt Motorcycle Insurance and the police forces across the UK. I believe there's 39 forces that run this course. It's a great initiative. I did it last Friday, just 3 days ago. I've been on the wait list for a while, so to get on it you need to go onto the website BikeSafe and just register, put your name down, and then the relevant force will contact you when there's some spaces free. One tip I would say, and I didn't take my own advice on this, is when I went out on the day I knew all the roads, or 80-90% of the roads, because it was my home force, Leicestershire. I was going to go Northamptonshire or Warwickshire, but there was I got the availability from Leicestershire. I thought, well, I'll just go out on it. But I think if you did it in another force where you don't know the roads, you don't know the area, then you'll just be reacting to the roads as you find them. It'd be more of an accurate indicator as how safe a rider you are. So I had a bit of an advantage because I was on my home territory. So that's one thing to consider. It's great in the sense that it just gives you tips, it gives you obviously pointers, positive feedback, things you're doing really well, and then constructive feedback as to things you're not doing quite so well. So it's really good, and I think it's also fantastic for people like me that I passed my test when I was 16. So I had my 50cc moped, my 125. I did the two-part test then. Okay, and now we're talking 30-40 years ago, without disclosing my age, and we're quite strict here in the UK. I now have had a theory test when I did it, so we have the theory test now, we have the CBT, then we have module 1 and we have module 2. So yeah, so what I'm saying is I passed my test years ago, and so this BikeSafe course is a great initiative. If you've been driving for lots of years, you may have picked up some bad habits, so it's good to go out with somebody that's got the advanced skill set to watch you, and so actually you picked up a few bad habits there you need to be doing. For me, it was my lifesaver checks, so my overhead checks. Every time I went to a junction or roundabout, I was doing it occasionally but not enough, and I've got to make it more regular that I do that. But there's lots of other things, tips and hints to do on the course, so I fully recommend it. It's a great course to do. So Mark's pursuing me now and assessing my riding, and one thing he has picked up on is that our mirror checks and lifesaver checks. So before you make a manoeuvre, then you always carry out a lifesaver. It just goes to show you, when you're giving commentary, your attention to the road just sort of veer off a little bit. So I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing because I'm going to get some feedback. One thing I do like, and I picked up on, is the lanes 1, 2 and 3 of the lane that I'm in. So I'm in lane 3 now, closest to the cat's eyes, the middle being 2 and closest to the curb being 1. I do like the way we're taught to manoeuvre, like now going around the left hand bend I'll be in lane 3, and I can open it up to 60 whilst I'm in the Nationals. So now I'm moving into a right hand bend, you move into lane 1, and so you can see around the bend essentially. I do like that, and so I can see it go around. The hedge line is just disappearing to the right, so I know it's another right hand bend coming, so I'm sticking to the left hand side still, so I can see around that bend, brow of a hill. I can see ahead's right in the middle of the road, so it's going to be a left hand bend, so I'm moving to the right. Is that car going to come out? He stayed there, so he must have seen me. I've got my bright Lumo yellow top on. Is that car going to come out? I just want to mention something which I learnt on the course, which I didn't know before, and every motorcyclist will be familiar with that situation where it's your right of way and you've got a car on the left or right on the side junction waiting to pull out. And I found this, it's really interesting. I think every motorcyclist needs to know if you don't know already. So studies were carried out some years back by a professor called Chris Burgess, teaching psychology at Exeter University. His studies shown that when concentrating on driving, it's about the fourth or fifth thing on the driver's mind. They're going through the motions and thinking about other things like a job presentation, a phone call, or even eating. We've all seen it, haven't we? So when the driver is looking to their left and right, thinking about what is on their mind, there's something called saccadic masking going on. Their eyes send snapshots to their brain at intervals, a bit like a video camera recording frames. The brain then merges these snapshots, and these are called fixations, which the car driver thinks is one continuous sweep. But this is an illusion. Between the fixations there are blind spots, and these are called saccades. So if another road user like a motorcyclist falls into one of these blind spots, they won't be seen. This is called saccadic masking. So when we as motorcyclists approach a junction with a car there and the driver's head is moving side to side quickly, the fixations are shorter and the saccadic masking is longer, so there's an increase in the driver not seeing the motorcyclist. There also may be obstructions at the junction, such as high hedges, buildings, or the frame of the car, for example. Our bikes are narrow, so they can be obscured behind obstacles at junctions. So not only is there saccadic masking going on with car drivers, but there is also the lumen effect. The lumen effect is the inability of the driver to recognise the position and speed of oncoming vehicles, especially motorcyclists. So I thought those two factors were quite interesting. I didn't know about those two before. So yeah, so saccadic masking and the lumen effect, something to be aware of in keeping us safe on the road. So we've just stopped for a little bit of lunch, and we're leaving Melton now on the 6047, which is a lovely road. The course costs £65. It's just a day's course. You start at 8:45. Initially you go into the classroom, just do a little bit of classroom work, go through some of the modules, junctions, filtering, overtaking, all that kind of stuff. And you do get those modules sent to you prior to the day's course. As I say, you go through those briefly in the morning, and then you come out to do the practical assessment, if you like. It's not really an assessment. I guess you are being assessed, but there's no pass or fail. It's just an observational course from an advanced motorcyclist, police motorcyclist usually. Just observing Mark when he's going around some of the bends. For example, when he's going around the right bend, he'll be really close to this white line on the left, and that's where all the crap is, and all the gravel and bits of rubbish and dirt and muck, etc. So you watch now, look, Mark, who is not doing it so much now, but he was going really extremely to the left. I think what it is, why he does that, he said himself, is that at times when he's going at more faster speeds, he'll be taking more of that extreme line in anticipation of the oncoming bend. It's his advanced riding style. If you've not done anything since you passed your bike test, if you're sort of more senior in your riding years, I think it's a good idea to come on a BikeSafe course to get a little bit more input and feedback. Have an advanced rider obsess your riding style and technique. I think it's really good, so get yourself on one of these courses, BikeSafe, across the UK. I think other countries do similar things. I'm not sure. If your country does something similar, put a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what your country does. Is it something similar to this? See how Mark goes to the extreme right for the left bend. Not a million miles away from track days where you go to the right to hit the apex on the left, to the fastest way through the bend. Do my little stint next. Right, this is my final stint, so we're heading back to Force headquarters in Leicestershire. So when we got back to Force headquarters, we went into an office and we got some feedback and a rider development form, which is basically your assessment for the day for Mark, the police advanced motorcyclist. So here's DMT's result. As you can see on the form, it's B's all the way down the board there and an A for attitude. B equals a good standard, which equals a low to medium risk. And some written comments from Mark saying, really confident ride. Please take care to consider what's coming the other way. And I think that was reference to one of the overtakes that I did. I maybe should have held off and just gave it a bit more time to make sure it was 100% safe. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. As I say, every day's a school day, so we're constantly learning, trying to improve our bike safety skills. So can't recommend the course enough. And also at the end of the course, you get a nice goodie bag full of a few bits and bobs. So that's quite good, isn't it? Hi guys, welcome to DMT Dasmatron Motorcycle Trips, and welcome to this short video. Hey up! Hi guys, welcome to DMT. Welcome to blah blah blah. Take care, ride safe. Bye for now.